Canine TV. Michael, dog trainer, author, and the owner of Blue Line Canine Dog Training, will bring you the answers you need, making your life with your dog the best it could be. Now, here he is, Michael J. Solar with Dog Talk on BL Canine TV. Hey everybody, Michael J. Solar here, and welcome to an episode of Dog Talk. Really exciting to have you guys on. And as always, we start off with a little bit of gratitude. I want to say thank you guys for liking, loving, sharing, giving us a thumbs up on YouTube and the hearts on TikTok and so on and so forth, because without you guys, these shows don't exist. And it's really important that we continue to move the message out there so we can continue to help dogs, families, and everybody build bonds like no other. So today we have a guest. His name is Eric Udler. He is the owner and founder of the Chandler Venture Group, which is also probably known to you more as the Super Pet Expo. So without any further ado, let me bring on Eric. Eric, welcome to Dog Talk.
Hey, happy to be here, guys.
Yeah, so Eric, you have a company called the Chandler Venture Group, which is known more commonly as the Super Pet Expo. Is that right?
That's it. That's
That's
us.
it. Awesome. And you guys are having a few events starting off this new year. The first one starting in January, the 21st through the 23rd in Edison, New Jersey. And that is the Super Pet Expo. Is that right?
That's it. That's us.
Yeah, I'm making it really simple for this question, right? So tell us a little bit about the Super Pet Expo and what people could expect if they decided to head out to Edison and see what's going on over there.
So, Super Pet Expo is a fun-filled family event, and it's I liken it to a pet lover's dream weekend, right? And you always think about if you have a four-legged friend, or two or three, depending on your family, what am I going to do with them on the weekend? And so, Super Pet Expo, I created it because I wanted to have like a pet lover's dream weekend where they could go do fun activities with their dogs, shop for cool pet product, meet lots of people, see really fun shows. And it's all encompassing because you can bring your pet with you, and the two of you or three of you or however many come can have a blast.
Well, that's awesome. So, with that being said, obviously, for the past couple of years, there's probably been some changes and things like that. What are some of the things that people can expect that they might have to follow, maybe some rules or restrictions due to the, New Jersey, large crowds, anything that, that they should be prepared for coming in so they can have the great event and success there?
Gosh, that's a great question. I mean, it's no different than any other place you go outside, whether it be the grocery store. Use common sense. In New Jersey, there's no mask mandate. But our feeling is if you want to wear a mask, great. If you don't have to do it, and it's up to the local jurisdiction to determine what we do there. We have some barriers in place with the exhibits booths, where we have 8-foot drape in between each one to kind of separate it, and that's a health department recommendation from the Edison Health Department. And other than that, I mean, look, you come, you're going to have a fun time with a good group of people, and we're trying to create as safe as possible an environment.
That's awesome. So people are allowed to bring their pets and come and enjoy. And give me a list of a couple of guests that might be there. Anybody coming with maybe Chrissy Joy or anybody from Blue Nine Pet Products or any of my friends that are going to be there to put on a good show?
Absolutely,
Oh,
absolutely. Chrissy
man.
Joy is going to be there. And let me backtrack to answer your initial question. Yes, bring your dogs with you. They can come with you. Our only requirement is no retractable leashes. And I haven't met a dog trainer that doesn't kind of enjoy me hearing me say that. I'm not a
Yeah.
dog trainer. So anyhow, it's Chrissy Joy's going to be there, nationally known. You've had her on your show. She's a total star, and her crew, the Joy crew, and they're performing all weekend doing stunt tricks, just a bunch of different fun things with dogs. That if you want to see like a live performance, well, this is your opportunity, and you get to see some really good people doing it. And Chrissy, you are intimately familiar. How do you guys go back exactly? You met where at a show?
We met at an event called Veras for Veterans, where I was the MC for the event. And she was there as a talent, and she had a booth there. And we met there. She came up to me, we talked, and then years went by where we sort of watched each other's careers sort of go in the directions they were going. And luckily, I was able to get her back on the show a little while ago. And yeah, I think it's absolutely amazing to see what she's been doing and seeing that kind of stuff. And you guys are, another big guest and friend of mine is Jess Ocon from Blue Nine Pet Products, who I believe is also going to be at the Pet Expo. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yep, they're
yeah.
going to be there. Yeah. So I guess I'm going to have to definitely come up just to see my friends. So
It's gonna be a party, man.
yeah, it sounds like it.
Chrissy brings celebrity dogs to the show, and everybody likes to meet a celebrity dog. And
Yeah.
she's got a couple of them. She's got a bunch of, I said, showbiz dogs, and she's doing some frisbee freestyle. And the best part about Chrissy is after the show, she'll talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And if you have a dog and you're just wandering aimlessly and you just had a quick question, well, this is like ask the trainer, right?
Yeah.
You're right there. You're the expert. And so it's no different than going to a professional convention and hearing a professional expert talk. Well, this is the experts come to the pet show, and it's a learning experience for everyone.
So will you have shows going on on all 3 days, or is it mainly Saturday, Sunday? What day, if here I am, I'm a guest, I'm looking to come up there to Edison and walk in there, but I can only do one day. What would be the best day to make the trip up there to Jersey?
So we have the same kind of set list, so to speak, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
Between all the different things we have going on. So it's not really a best day. It's what's good in your schedule. Friday is always a slower night, which is good. It gives more people a chance to run around, and there's lots of cool activities to do with your dog when you're there too. So if you want to do some of those activities, they tend to get, sometimes there can be a 8 or 10 or 12-minute line. We have dachshund racing. If you're into dachshund races, you can sign up on our website for that. We're also doing corgi and mixed breed races. So that's going to be fun. And so Friday's kind of the slowest night. Saturday's always the busiest, and Sunday's always pulling in strong because people are done with the weekend and they're like, let me go do this. It's easy. It's 15 minutes away.
Gotcha. So, so that goes to show you that anybody, any day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which is the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of January, ladies and gentlemen, if you're up in the Edison area or you're looking for something to do and you want to make the drive, it sounds like you can have a really good time up there and really enjoy the shows, the events, or go multiple days so you don't miss a thing. I mean, you're going to have tons of vendors there, which are going to probably have some good quality products that you could test, try out, natural foods, different pet. I mean, it sounds like this is a good expo. I mean, I know I've heard of the Super Pet Expo. This will probably be the first year that I get to go up there and check it out. And then you'll also have another one in March, the 18th through the 20th. And that one is where?
That's at the Dulles Expo Center in Chantilly, Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C.
Okay. So that if you guys missed the one in January up there in New Jersey, you can always head down to Virginia and not miss that one in March in case you just didn't want to travel in the snowstorms that are hitting us all right now. But let's go into a couple of other quick questions. So what are some of the most common characteristics that you find in people at your show? Yeah, I'm throwing you onto the bus now.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, characteristic. Pet people are just good people, right? If my dog doesn't like you, I don't like you either, right? I mean, pet people are just the best human beings out there, and they're kind, they're considerate, they're compassionate, they're loving, they're friendly. And I know this. I noticed, like, when situations happen at the show. You have a corgi and you have another corgi, and then they get together. Then you have, the Weimaraners, and you go right down the list, or the rescues at the show. Many of them have reunions of people that have adopted dogs from these rescues. And it just brings people together, and they're happy. And I think pets make us happy. So, what's that song about being happy that guy sings? I don't know his name. Happy all the time. I shouldn't do
Don't
that.
worry, be happy. I mean, there's a lot of songs.
Yeah, the characteristic. Pet people are happy people.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest characteristic. So, and it's just, get your mind off of all the day-to-day monotony. We're hearing all this negative news. It's like, let's get back to having a good time. We can do it safely. We can have a lot of fun. We can bring the dog. And there's actually activities at the show that you can do with your dog.
So yeah, give us an example.
So you're familiar with luring, right?
Yep.
Yep. And would you say most of your audience is familiar with luring too?
Uh, I don't really know. I never really had the opportunity to interview all my audience, but there's a real good chance. I mean, this is a national show, so there's a really good chance.
All right. So, for the benefit of those that don't know what luring is, we have a really cool feature that we created in house called Luring 101. And it's for dogs that like to chase. So, if your dog goes after the bird or the squirrel um, or a ball or a frisbee, your dog will love luring. That's what luring is. It's called lure coursing. And so, we set up a 40 by 50 lure course. We do two of them, and we have a lure course is like a simulated squirrel or bunny going around a rectangle, and the dogs love to chase it. And if a dog likes to chase, and you're watching your dog, man, you're looking at your dog, and you're saying, "My dog's the star of the show right now," and you're getting out your phone and you're putting it and you're shining it right at that dog chasing because you're looking at your dog, and a dog will go after a squirrel or a bird, and you're a trainer. How long, how many seconds are they active for when they do something like that?
Not many, not many at
Right.
all. But it's funny is that you bring up the whole point of the as a dog trainer, people that are their animals are chasing birds and stuff like that. That's typically where they're coming. They want to stop that where they can enjoy their walks, and you have a sport for it. So just FYI, ladies and gentlemen, if you decide that you want to practice luring, not going to necessarily make your dog want to chase every squirrel in your yard. It is still a controlled sport. I know the way he said that, it sort of made it out to be like if your dog just chases everything, this would be a great sport for him. Listen, it's also just a game of fetch. If your dog likes the game of fetch and you can control it, it is also still that. The dog will know the difference between practicing luring, playing luring, and the average squirrel that's on the walk. Okay, you're not gonna heighten that. So I don't want to deter that either for the people that are listening. Going, well, I really don't want my dog chasing every squirrel because as a dog trainer, most of our clients are coming to us saying, I need my dog to calm down. He's chasing all the birds and the squirrels. I can't even enjoy my walk, right? So we don't want them to think that it's going to make it worse. It's definitely not going to make it worse.
Well,
If anything, it'll help them because then they'll see when they can do it and when they can't, right? So it's going to help them in that way. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
So yeah,
that one.
I'm glad you said that, man, because we when a dog goes on a lure course, they're going to get tired out real quick, and people like seeing their dogs happy. And if you want your dog to crash for an afternoon, throw them on a lure course for 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, and they're done. Yeah, it's an amazing thing though to put a dog through it because of the fact that it's when you're allowing them to just let out their energy at once, it's an amazing thing because then that's what naturally dogs do. They're predatory creatures, and when they go to hunt, the idea is to expend all their energy for the hunt and then be satisfied. Dogs are not meant as cross country drivers or runners. They're not meant as that kind of sport. It's actually a lot of wear and tear on them. They're meant to be sprinting very quick. The easiest way to understand is cheetah, right? Go full Monty and then go take a nap. Is the way it's supposed to go. So as we continue on, the show is coming up. Tell us something that you're the most excited about with the show.
Oh, well, there's two things. Can I say two things? Is two
Yeah,
okay?
sure, absolutely.
First, it's been 2 years since we've done a show, so I'm just psyched to be back in business, right, and working and creating. And our goal with the show is to create memories, right? And we're going to create a memory for people and their pets. So I'm just happy to be back in the house. But the one thing at the show that we've never done before that we're trying this year is the dachshund racing and corgi racing and mixed breed racing. We know people that have wanted to do that and they've asked us for it. And we finally found the right person who's run these races down in Maryland for, I don't know, 15 or 20 years. And she quasi-retired, and I lured her back and said, hey, I need you to come to the show, Mary's on, and run dachshund racing for us. Because it's something that if you've ever seen it, it's hilarious.
Okay.
It is very, very fun to watch. I mean, and it's just is equally as fun as watching the owners on one side of the track and the other, from the start to the finish, encouraging the dogs. It's just a fun thing. So, but I'm nervous, when you have something new that's happening, what happens if, whatever something happens. I'm more thinking like nobody signs up, that
Right.
kind of happen.
Yeah.
Or I get slammed with signups and I got a lot of disappointed people. That would be a problem too. So
It's a
but we're
balance,
trying
right?
that out this year.
It's they always say it's it's one of those balance points of risk taking, right? And well, that goes into something else I do, which is business consulting and mentoring, where I'm always like, there's no such thing as failure. It's only quitting, right? So you can only fail if you stop. Because Thomas Edison always, and I always say this, Thomas Edison said it best, that there's 1,000 ways not to make a light bulb. So he never failed. So that's the key, is that at the end on 1,001 is when he had the light bulb. So he didn't fail 1,000 times. He just figured out 1,000 ways not to make the light bulb. And when we look at this, like you just said, it's been 2 years since you had the Super Pet Expo. Now here you are relaunching, bringing the community back together, bringing the people back out with their pets, bringing those happy characteristics back out into the public and getting them to see each other, bringing these people out together, having this huge show. I'm loving this. I literally am excited. I want to go up there. I can't wait to get up there. Never mind the fact that New Jersey is my home state, so I have no problem going home, grabbing a slice and a few bagels. So I have no problem heading back to Jersey any day of the week. I just look for reasons so I can justify it to everybody around me. And it sounds like you just did that for me.
I did.
Yeah, yeah. So now I get to go back to Jersey. So it's always looking for something of those avenues. So now I'm going to throw one at you now. So you have the Pet Expo. You just said that something you're slightly nervous about was, are you going to get a few signups, no signups, too many signups, one of those things. What else is something that might make you a little bit nervous that that's going to give you that relief, let's say, first, second day? Is it a large crowd? Is it the steadiness? Is it just at least maybe the reunion of all the different vendors and people that you have coming to the show? I know I just gave you like a ton of options to even pick from. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I don't know. Yeah.
And the first thing you asked me was,
yeah. Sorry, I talk fast. I knock these things out. But so you're nervous about the signups, right?
yep.
But what is something you're?
It's anxiety, man. It's
I mean, the anxiety is always the unknown. But the truth be told is, you can't fail, right? If you provided something and one person doesn't, and I'll say this wholeheartedly about it. I tell people all the time is this: if you do something, right, and you're like, man, I would love that hundreds of people can do it, but if one person does it, and that one person enjoyed it and had the impactful, it was all worth it. I tell people in business, if you only have to worry about one person, you only have to worry about the one sale, you only have to worry about the one listener. When I started even Dog Talk, people were like, well, what kind of audience do you want? I said, one person. If one person listens, one person watches, then I know the message is going to get out there, because the one person will tell another person. Then that person is now telling another person. And before you know it, they're telling hundreds of people, thousands of people, and millions and millions and millions of people. But I don't want to focus on the millions. I want to focus on the one. I want to make sure that we're taking care of the one person, because if I take care of them, they can take care of the next one, and so on and so forth. So that means we can deliver top service. And it sounds like that's what you're doing here as well. You're nervous about the fact that is there going to be millions of people showing up, or thousands of people, and you're not going to be able to help them. But I also know, I can see it in your face and your energy, besides the confusion. You're excited that one person's going to do it, right? Like, that's really what it comes down to. So
yeah, any business, as you say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
That's a sports analogy. You know where it's from?
Well, it's Wayne Gretzky, actually.
Yeah, man.
I like people say Michael Jordan, but it is Wayne Gretzky.
Absolutely.
That said it. Then Michael Jordan quoted, Kobe Bryant said, a bunch of people say it, but it was Wayne Gretzky that actually said that, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, I know it. I know.
There's another great saying I have to add on to them is, being average scares the hell out of me.
Okay.
And I just, we've done this show. I'm going into my should be my 22nd year. It's my 21st year. We missed a year, almost two. 21st year, and it's still exciting. It still keeps me up at night, no matter what it is. This is fun, and we're coming out of pandemic. We're a small business. We're not a big company. We do this, and they're fun for people and fun for the family, and it's an affordable day. It's like going to the movies.
I love it. It sounds like it's going to be a really good time for everybody. I can't wait to get up there, get a little bit of a reunion with some of the people that I know that I haven't seen live in person for quite some time. And for yourself, is that something that you're really looking forward to, like the little bit of the reunion to all the old vendors and everybody else that's coming in there? Or are you just excited just to be in general, just to be back out doing what you do?
It's all of the above, Michael.
Yeah.
The vendors that have been with me, some of these people have been with me since since my first year in business, 2001.
Okay.
And I get to see them. They've seen me grow up, and kids and families, and I've seen their kids grow up, and so that's like a reunion. And then the attendees, we got a pretty strong re-sign rate in terms of people coming back year after year, over 50%. So it's nice to see familiar faces, even though there's can be 15,000 people. You see some people that you've grown to know over the years, where they've introduced themselves. So, and the best part is all our vendors, they're all small businesses like you and me, man. Right? Yeah. We didn't get much of a government helping us. I didn't, at least. So
Yeah,
we're out
that's
there.
a conversation for a whole different subject, different show. I have another show if you want to talk about that kind of stuff. That would be stuck in this truck or shooting the shit with solar. That's a whole nother show that I have that we gladly bring you on to talk about that kind of stuff, small business and government and everything else you could think of. But this show is dedicated to the people in the pet industry that's looking to, not necessarily in the pet industry, but are about the pets, right? Like, I was telling you earlier that this show is really 100% designed to get people the information about our industry that they just don't know.
Yep.
That's why I really love what you're doing. You're bringing these shows together to bring a lot of vendors in one place that naturally are, they're competitors outside, but I guarantee you they're friends while they're there. And that's what I think is awesome about going to these events and being a part of the expos and things like that, is to see how many people are like-minded to build relationships between people and their pets, get them out of build their confidence, build their sense of person and being and stuff. And I think it's awesome that you're doing it.
Well,
so I guess I want to give you the final note. What would you like to tell everybody before we sign off here?
Wow. I want to wish everybody a happy new year, and be safe. Don't take the people around you for granted. And if there's one wish I have this year for everyone, is that everybody starts creating more memories, because those memories are worth a lot more than anything you can buy. God, call me the Reverend.
There you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Eric, for coming on our show. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's Dog Talk. If you guys are interested in checking out the Pet Expo, it'll be January 21st, 22nd, and 23rd in Edison, New Jersey. And it'll also be in March 18th, 19th, and 20th at the Dulles in Virginia, Dulles building, or not? Yeah,
Dulles Expo Center.
Dulles Expo Center, right outside of Washington, D.C. in March 18th, 19th, and 20th. So if you guys are in the area, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, please shoot up to Edison, New Jersey. If you're not in the area, start shooting out Friday night to head out over there and get a hotel and enjoy the whole day. There's going to be so much fun stuff to do, and I'll even be stopping in there, and we can all get to know each other, have a bagel or a slice of pizza. Eric, thank you so much for being on the show. If you don't mind, just hang on for one more minute as we sign off here.